Guys, how we doing? Coming back to you with some more math talk. Uh, Giving you a new background as well today. We are going to go through the May 4th part of it. Not all of it. I know if you got it sent to you, it came with 2 weeks. So I'm just going to do this week, May 4th through the 8th, and kind of walk you through that. We're going to look at ordering numbers and pairs on a graph line. It's going to start out first map making, and hopefully we get to build up to why we were doing those things in the first place of making maps and everything in math. So if you have your pack, you can get there. I'm going to share a couple of things with you. Here I am, and just move my guy down there. I don't know if that ever changes for you. So here we are, hands-on, drawing it, making map locations. It's pretty simple. There are two things we really want to focus on through this little part of it. First thing is units. When they say a unit, they mean going from point A to point B. This is a unit, not one box. It's not area and perimeter. It is a graph. This is one unit. If I go here, that's one. If I then go up, that's another one. I have 2 units from starting here and then making it to there. That is it. That is a unit. The other thing they are going to ask you and you need to know is how to do north, east, south, west, right? Know your directions and kind of have that be handy, right? However you remember it. Never eat soggy waffles. Whatever little fun thing you have, I would almost put them at the top of your papers so we can have it. Because here's what we got. I'm going to do just a little bit of erasing on these. Get rid of those. So that we can do some drawing. I have it there. Here we are. First part, it says use the blank grid. What we have here is called a grid. Right? That's a grid. To draw and label. Use the blank grid to draw and label a dot in the lower left corner. Left, right? Is down here. Draw this dot. That is school. I'm just going to put an S for school. From the dot labeled school, in what direction along the grid should you move to get to the library? Well, do we know anywhere? Do we know where the library is? No, I guess not. So I guess we need to choose a spot for the library. Right? Let's make the library right here. I'll put L. In what direction? Right? If I look here, I'm going east. East. How many units should you move to get to the library? Remember how we go? 1, 2, 3. 3 units. That's all. Just draw and label a dot to represent the library's location. From the dot label library, in what direction along the grid should you move to get to the park? Now, where do I want to put the park? Your choice. You can do whatever you want. I'm just going to put the park right there. Label it with a P. Once again, 1, 2, 3. 3 more. How easy is that? That was pretty easy. They keep going. Draw and label a dot to represent the park's location. We already did that. What do they ask me now? From the dot labeled park, in what direction along the grid should you move to get to Marcia's house? Where do you want to put Marcia's house? I mean, let's just make a little square, right? I'll put it right here. I'm going to put M for Marcia. And then once again, they're going to ask us. And we're just going 1, 2 units. That's it. On the grid, provide draw and label locations from the draw activity. I think that's the one we just did above. Does Marcia live closer to the park or to the library? If I allow you to look at it, here's the library, here's the park. Now, we're not just looking proximity. You can use your eyes. That's going to help. But what they're really asking is in units. 1, 2, but the library is down there. It's going to take another 3 to get there. So, obviously, it'd be the park. right? In the library, is the library closer to the park or to Marcia's school? That'd be a great way for you to figure it out. You can use this one. I would just go back up to this one. That's it. I'm going to let you go through. All you do is walking through and using those maps. Just remember, units, right? And then we have some time to practice. Remember, these are the ones here where you really want your north, east, south, west, right? Because they're going to ask from the zoo entrance, Marco walks 3 units east. Now, if you don't have that labeled, you're not going to know that you need to walk this way. So they're just going to ask you to map things out. Can't wait to see what your maps look like when you get them. And then down here, they're just going to ask you questions. Remember, entrance, sorry that I just did that. Follow them. Remember, you are going units. A unit is from this line to this line. Any part that makes this little corner right there is a unit. Guys, go through, work on it. Hopefully you do so well with it. If you have questions, feel free to get a hold of me any way you know how. Talk to you again when we get to the second half. All right, bye.